Hello, friends. How are you? How's things? How's life? How's your world? I hope all is well. Everything here it's good. DJ's doing better. The baby's doing okay. She slept better last night than she did the previous night, but still, she's not feeling great, and we get it. We were supposed to do some things this weekend. We're not going to get to do. Is what it is. Life is a bit weird when you have a baby, especially in middle age. It's um, it's challenging. I can tell you that parenting is a skill as much as any other skill. It's a skill, not only for the child that you're raising, but also like being a parent with another person. It's a relationship that um, I don't think you can fully appreciate or comprehend until you've done it. And you can't even really guess what it's going to be like because you don't know how the other person is going to react to situations until it happens. Like there's really no way to um, judge, like predetermine how this is all going to go. And being in a relationship where you're sharing the care of a child is extremely trying, but also I think very rewarding. And my wife and I have had our disagreements about things. We've had our agreements about things. We've had a lot of discussions so that we could come to an agreement about things. And I think, if anything, though we are like farther apart than we've ever been, meaning that we don't have a lot of time together, we're not bonding together. When we have free time from childcare duties, it's generally because the other person is doing childcare duties, so our free time is not spent together. Um, so we're farther apart, meaning that we're more distant from each other than we've ever been. We're also closer in a lot of ways because we have to raise this child in a manner that's not going to upset each other, right? Like we have to do things uh, in certain ways, and we have to come to agreements or sometimes compromises with each other, so that our little kid can grow up, you know, in a stable environment, so that she doesn't have two parents with two conflicting ideas. And that means that sometimes um, you know taking time to sit and talk with the other parent, to make sure that I have to stop and make sure, is my wife okay, is everything all right, is everything going okay. And sometimes it's not, and sometimes that's very important to touch base on, regardless of whether the dishes need done or the house is messy or the sweeper needs ran or whatever. You just got to stop and say, hey, let's check in, because it's a little bit crazy right now, and I want to make sure everything's all right. um, it's been weird. It's been weird. And it's just the fact of that, as a baby grows, they're a different kid every day. She's a completely different child than she was yesterday. Part of that's the illness, part of that's just growth, right? And so it's kind of impossible to make plans and get comfortable, because when you get comfortable with the routine, that's when she changes as a person. Just last month, Malia was staying in the room with her, nursing, and then I would go up in the mornings at 4-ish when she would wake up and feed her and stay with her for the mornings, and Malia would go rest. Like, we don't do that anymore. We're sleeping in the same bed again because the baby is sleeping for larger stretches, and I can get up and feed her, and Malia can get up and pump, and we can do that kind of thing. And so, and that's changed. That's gone, like, reversed a little bit. The other night I stayed the whole night in her room just to give Malia a break, so that I could just be there for the baby, and I woke up every 20 minutes with her and comforted her or whatever, because she was sick. There is no such thing as a routine when you have the baby, and it's a challenge. I'm working on this bass stuff. I'm trying to learn a bunch of country songs, and I don't have a lot of time for that. I'm getting my 15 minute. Actually, I did not get my 15 minutes yesterday. Yesterday's the first day I've missed since making the promise of doing 15 minutes a day. So I've already missed a day, which sucks, but it is what it is. Um, I did not get my 15 minutes. I was just so freaking exhausted. By the time I got dinner cooked and dishes done and kitchen cleaned and all that stuff. I was just done. I couldn't exist. I read a little bit and went to bed. So it's going to be a weekend and it's going to be okay. But if you have a partner in your life, check in with them. Make sure they're okay. Even if you're not raising a newborn, or she's not a newborn, even if you're not raising an infant right now, something else is happening in your world. And it's important to talk about those things. Okay, I'm going to go finish the day job and try to just be available. That's all I can do this weekend is be available. Appreciate you. Please leave a comment, like, subscribe. Please subscribe. I very much appreciate that people keep subscribing and we keep growing. Comments are wonderful. Questions are better. That kind of stuff. I'll see you Monday. Today's 1,000 plus little things happy, successful people do differently. We are learning. We're learning where the bookmark is. 20 morning mantras to start the day loving people. Number 13. The single greatest problem in communication is the illusion that has taken place. Too often we don't listen to understand, we listen to reply. Bring awareness to this and listen for what's truly behind the words. Yeah. Communication is like the problem with every relationship ever. And figuring out communication cues and having honest, transparent conversations is difficult and it's extremely necessary.